Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you actually considering getting the Apple credit card? Hold on. So the Apple credit card came out today. I'm going to be sharing with you guys some alternatives to the Apple credit card. 3 big reasons why you should not get this credit card. And I'm also going to be talking about Apple's objective and what they're really trying to do with this credit card. Now, it's clear to say Apple is all about locking us customers into their ecosystem. Just looking at myself, I have my Apple Watch right here, I got my AirPods over here, I got my iPhone, and I got my MacBook Pro, and I'm just surrounded by Apple products right now. They came out with this credit card because we know they're trying to expand their ecosystem and they want to get into everywhere. Now, think about Amazon. Amazon started as an online bookstore, but they are everywhere too. And as a big company, if you want to survive, one of the ways to do that is to actually lengthen the gap. Now, I read about this concept in a book called The Dip by Seth Godin. It's a really good book, and they just talk about how if companies want to sustain, they need to be everywhere so other companies can't come in and replace them. Because Apple is such a big company, it means they have even more competitors. The fact that they released this credit card is a testimony to show exactly how powerful Apple is and how much they want to expand in terms of being in the lives of every single consumer. Now, by 2025, I feel like Apple's going to have Apple Mortgage, Apple Car, Apple House, Apple Kitchen. They're just going to be everywhere at this point, but it's cool to see how they're working right now. So let's talk more about why you guys shouldn't actually get this credit card. Reason number 1 why you guys shouldn't get the Apple credit card is because the target audience that Apple is trying to target are people that aren't financially responsible with credit cards. It is an epidemic in the United States with people who carry credit card debt and consumer debt. Apple is actually targeting those exact same people just so they can monetize a bit more money off of.
Check this out. Apple Card makes the interest you pay clear and transparent. Pay off a little, the interest is this much.
They're showcasing these features of the Apple credit card where if you do carry your debt, how much you have to pay and how much that's going to work out. Now, if you guys don't know, the best way to use credit cards is to not carry debt. It's not to finance things that you can't afford, but it's to pay off these credit cards in full. That's what I mainly teach on my channel, and that's how a lot of people end up traveling the world for free and actually making a ton of money off of credit cards. But this is exactly the opposite of what Apple is trying to do. They're not for the people. They're not trying to make you more money with the cash back. They're trying to actually get you to pay more interest. And that's one of the reasons why I do not think you guys should get the Apple credit card. Now, reason number 2 is going to come down to brand awareness. People know the Apple brand. People love the Apple brand. Now, because they hold that title, they can really price whatever they want with the items they sell. Just take an example of my cracked iPhone right here. This iPhone used to be so cheap. If you got the first iPhone that came out, look at the price of the iPhone 5 compared to the iPhone 8 or the iPhone 10 now. The prices of Apple products continue to rise. Their MacBooks are rising, their iPhones are rising, and one of the things that Apple knows is that they are a luxury brand and people are going for them so they can price whatever they want. Now, because they have that luxury status, Apple is actually taking advantage of that and putting that towards the credit card. Although the credit card has no annual fee, people are getting it for the brand, people are getting it for the looks, and because it's a titanium card and it looks clean and they've done a hell of a job with marketing, that's the main reason why a lot of people are getting this card, and I don't think it's a good reason at all. There are a ton of other cards out there that provide that flex value that you guys are looking for, but it also provides value too. Now, although the American Express Gold Card does have a high annual fee of $250, you get all of that back with about $1,200 worth of rewards back from this card. And this card really is the flex card. It is a metal card, but if you're someone that still doesn't want to pay that much for an annual fee for a card, what you guys can do is look into other services like the Lion credit card. Now, this is a company that actually takes one of your basic credit cards and it actually takes the chip out, it takes the number, it puts it on a complete blank canvas that you guys can specifically ask for. So they have a 24 karat gold metal canvas, they have a black card canvas, and I'm pretty sure if the demand is there, this company will actually create that white titanium canvas too. What you guys can actually do is get a card that will provide you value and will provide you benefits and put it on a card like the Lion card where you can actually just take the chip out, put on the information and put it on a different card if you really want to flex. Now, I'm all about value on this channel, but it is true people do get a card because of the aesthetics and because of the impression that it leaves. That's just the society we live in. Although I may not agree with it, that's really the way the world functions. Now, towards the end of the video, I'll share with you guys exactly the best alternatives you guys can get, but let's talk about reason number 3 why you guys shouldn't get this card. And it's actually going to be more of a political reason, also a security reason. So protection of data is definitely an important factor that we should all take advantage of. I don't question Apple's security and what they can do in terms of holding our data and protecting our information. But one company that I do not really trust is Goldman Sachs.
They are a fraudulent organization.
The Wall Street firms engaged in greed, massive greed.
Now, as you guys know, Goldman Sachs took responsibility of the 2008 recession because they gave out bad mortgages and bad loans to people knowing that they couldn't afford homes.
Wall Street bank Goldman Sachs will pay $5 billion to settle claims that it duped clients with rotten mortgage investments that Goldman knew were likely to fail. This was part of the widespread mortgage fraud that triggered the Great Recession in 2008. Goldman is the last of the big banks to settle with the government.
Goldman Sachs was one of the main banks that actually led to the attribution of the recession back 10 years ago. Now, do you really want to be giving your information to a company that did that? I personally don't find anything about Goldman Sachs appealing. I'm still pretty surprised that they're actually in business, but they are a bank, so they have a lot of strings, they know a lot of people, and they are deep in the system. But I am personally not comfortable with giving a bank that almost screwed up the United States my information. Now, I know some of you guys still might be telling yourself, Brian, I still want this card. It's titanium and it's Apple, man. I live in a city where everyone uses Apple Pay. I know I can take advantage of the benefits. Let me convince you otherwise right here. There are other services, like I mentioned about the Lion card, that provide that prestige to a card if you're looking for that. That is something that you guys should not be looking for, but it is available. Now, before you type down below,
look, Brian, I already have all of the Apple items and I love Apple, so I need to get the Apple credit card.
Look, just because you have all of Apple's products already does not mean you have to get the credit card. Apple's goal is to enslave their users to a point of no return. Now, that might be exaggerating it, but honestly, I don't really think so. Here's the thing, you guys, Apple knows that people cannot afford their items anymore. The best analogy I can think of right now is that Apple is killing two birds with one stone. They are able to provide a service that's going to be able to give a loan to someone that can't afford their items. So not only are they A, ripping someone off with their initial product and making a huge margin off of that, but B, they're going to provide that loan service where they can build additional interest off the item that you cannot afford at that time. Now, a majority of Apple's consumers are going to be people who are living paycheck to paycheck. And it's really sad that this is out there, because if someone can't afford the Apple item right now, but they still want that Apple product because of that brand loyalty and that prestige they want with it, they're going to be able to open this Apple credit card and then they're paying interest on top of the item that they owe. And this just raises more questions for me. Are we at a point in society? Does Apple care more about innovating the product so it gives us more benefits, or do they care about innovating the product just so they can sell more every year? Based on this concept, it makes you think, who is Apple trying to benefit the most right here? You know, I've seen a lot of posts saying things have gone downhill since Steve Jobs KO'd, and it's been a big journey for Apple, but I really don't see that much innovation happening for the benefit of us, in my opinion. For me, it comes down to the idea, you create the problem and then you monetize off the solution. There's so many examples of this within Apple's history. An example is gonna be like the headphone jack. We had a completely fine working headphone jack, but this forced other people to get into Bluetooth headphones, or the AirPod right here. Another thing is Apple took away the regular charging cables and they went into USB-C, but it forced people to buy more USB-C accessories. Apple also adjusted their keyboard where, you know, they came out with the butterfly keyboard, which has a whole array of issues. So we've definitely seen a trend within Apple where they actually create a problem so they can monetize off the solution. Now, the question that comes to mind for me is Apple doing this for the products now in general, and they're offering the solution of a credit card, or are they actually giving this credit card so it could benefit users like us? I do agree that Apple makes great products and they definitely revolutionized the world, and I do have their items right here. You know, I use Apple products on a daily basis, but what I'm thinking about is this. Apple has a great team of innovators, but they're one of the best marketers in the entire game. They are businessmen, and you have to understand, when businesses want to grow, they're going to do things that sometimes don't fit the realm of the consumer's best interests. Apple understands people are going to pay more for the brand, and Apple knows that people will get this credit card. My job as a credit card influencer and someone in the YouTube space now, it's my job to give you guys the right voice so you guys can see past the light. In my opinion, Apple credit card doesn't offer you anything special that you can get anywhere else. If you want to flex, get the American Express Gold card. If you really want to flex, get the Lion card and just customize your card. If you want a card that's going to give you better benefits, there are other cards like the Citi Double Cash card, the Discover It Cashback, and even the Chase Freedom cards. There are so many options out out there that are better than Apple in my opinion. Now, if Apple offered something like an incentive, a sign-up bonus, if we signed up with Apple and they gave us free AirPods or they gave us like a free iPhone case, that small incentive would be enough to get people to sign up for their card. But they are not offering anything. They're just giving out this card, and the fact that they are Apple is the reason why people are signing up for this card, and I believe that should not be the case. Now, if you guys want to check out better alternative cards, I'll have a link down in the description. It'll be like the best cashback cards, and I'll also have a link to the Line credit card. If you guys use the link down below, I'll get you guys $50 off of the Line credit card, which you can make custom as well too. But in my opinion, the Apple card is a no-go. I don't care if you live in New York City. I don't care if you're using Apple Pay on a regular basis. Points are worth more than cash. Points are not that hard to get into. And if you have just a little bit of financial literacy, you can come out on top and never have to pay for travel ever again. Now, my question to you guys is this. Is the Apple credit card worth it? You let me know why or why not. Do you agree? Do you disagree with me? I want to hear your thoughts. But if you guys enjoyed this video, if you guys got any type of value out of it, make sure you guys smack the freak out of that like button. Let's get this video to hit 1 million likes. Just kidding, that's not gonna happen because no one really watches my videos. But yeah, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Yes, I have Apple products, and yes, Apple is still cool, but in my opinion, don't get this card. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Whoa, 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 guys, hold on. If you think, all right, this video is gonna do well, so let's do it nice. There are a ton of other cards, you guys, where you can do the whole flex value thing. There are a ton of other cards out there, you guys, where you can actually do the whole flex.